It started with a handshake. Just two people meeting for the first time in a conference room on the 10th floor. He was young, too young, really, and confident in a way that made everyone notice him. I didn't think much of it at first. After all, he was just another coworker, fresh out of college, eager to prove himself. And me, I was married, 38 years old, and drowning in the monotony of spreadsheets and deadlines. Nothing about us should have worked. But life has a funny way of rewriting rules you swore you'd never break. Our paths crossed again during an out-of-town business trip, a hotel conference center tucked into the mountains, snow dusting the rooftops like powdered sugar. We were paired together for a presentation, holed up in a boardroom while the rest of the team explored the town. He cracked jokes to lighten the tension, his laughter filling the silence between us. By the second day, we were staying late, long, after everyone else had left, working but not really working. There's something intoxicating about being far from home, where no one knows your name or cares what you do behind closed doors. It felt safe, like we were characters in someone else's story, free to make mistakes without consequences. One night, after hours of rehearsing slides and pretending to focus, he leaned across the table and asked, "Do you ever feel trapped?" His voice was soft, almost a whisper, but it hit me like thunder. I wanted to say no, to laugh it off, but instead I nodded. That single moment changed everything. He reached for my hand, and though I pulled away at first, I didn't stop him when he tried again. The next thing I knew, we were stumbling into his hotel room, shedding coats and inhibitions faster than either of us could think twice. It wasn't love, it couldn't be, but it was fire. Raw, reckless, and desperate. For the first time in years, I felt alive. When we returned to the office, things shifted. Every glance held meaning. Every accidental brush of hand sent shivers down my spine. At home, I played the part of the dutiful wife, cooking dinners, folding laundry, tucking the kids into bed. But inside, I carried this secret of weight heavy enough to crush me if anyone found out. You'd never guess, looking at me. My husband kisses me goodnight, oblivious to the guilt etched onto my skin. Sometimes I wonder if he sees the change in me, the way I linger a little longer in front of the mirror, the nervous energy buzzing beneath my smile. But he doesn't ask questions, he never does. At work, we're careful at least, we try to be. Stairwells become confessionals. Empty hallways turn into battlegrounds of stolen kisses. Once, we snuck into the storeroom, hearts pounding as we locked the door behind us. The air smelled like paper and ink, but all I could focus on was the heat radiating off him. Another time, it was the bathroom, the cold tile against my back, the sound of footsteps outside forcing us to stay silent. Each encounter is a risk, a gamble we shouldn't take, but we can't stop. It's addictive, this dance of danger and desire. And every time I promise myself it'll be the last. But then Monday comes, and so does he, with that grin that makes promises neither of us intends to keep. He tells me I'm different, that I light up rooms, even when I don't realize it. He says he's falling for me, and part of me wants to believe him, but deep down, I know better. This isn't love, it's escape. A fleeting distraction from the life I built, but somehow lost along the way. Still, I let myself believe, if only for a moment, that maybe I deserve this for once, to be wanted, to feel beautiful, to matter, even if it's wrong. Especially because it's wrong. The hardest part isn't the lying, it's the waiting. Waiting for the other shoe to drop, for someone to catch us, for my husband to look at me and see the cracks I've been trying so hard to hide. What would he say if he knew? Would he scream? Cry, leave me, or worse, would he forgive me? Some nights I lie awake imagining the fallout, the shattered pieces of our family scattered across the floor. Other nights, I imagine leaving him, not because I want to, but because I don't know how to fix what I've broken. How do you apologize for something you're still doing? And yet, here I am, juggling two lives, two versions of myself. One belongs to my husband and children, the woman who bakes cookies and signs permission slips. The other belongs to him, the thrill seeker, the rule breaker, the shadow lurking in corners. Both are real, both are lies. I told myself I'll end it soon, that I'll walk away before it consumes me completely. But tomorrow always comes, and with it, the pull of his gaze, the promise of another secret rendezvous. Until then, I carry this burden alone, hoping no one notices the tremor in my hands or the hollow ache in my chest. Because sometimes the weight of shadows is easier to bear than the truth.